Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today we're taking a closer look at a coin that millions of Americans once used daily but which now sparks interest among collectors. The 1974 Washington Quarter with the Denver D mint mark. At first glance, it may seem like just another pocket change coin, but when we dig deeper into its history, design, circulation condition, and how its color changes over time, you'll see why it deserves more appreciation. So, let's explore the story of this familiar yet fascinating quarter dollar. Background and history. The Washington Quarter has been a cornerstone of U.S. coinage since 1932, when it was first introduced to commemorate the bicentennial of George Washington's birth. Sculptor John Flanagan's design of Washington's profile on the obverse and the heraldic eagle on the reverse became iconic and remained unchanged for decades. By 1974, the nation had already moved away from silver coinage. Since 1965, quarters had been struck in a copper-nickel-clad composition rather than 90% silver. This change was made because rising silver prices made it too expensive to continue striking circulating coins with precious metal. The 1974 quarter fits into this era of clad coinage, coins designed for practicality, mass circulation, and durability. While they were not intended to be rare or valuable at the time, today they have become part of numismatic history, representing the everyday money of the 1970s. The Denver Mint mark and mintage. On the obverse of the 1974 quarter, just to the right of Washington's ponytail, you'll find the small letter D, which indicates it was struck at the Denver Mint in Colorado. That year, the Denver Mint produced over 353 million quarters, a massive number that ensured the coin was plentiful in circulation. Because of this high mintage, the 1974 D quarter is not rare in itself, but individual examples can stand out depending on their condition and appearance. Color and circulation condition. One of the most interesting aspects of the 1974 D quarter is how its appearance changes over years of circulation. When freshly minted, these quarters had a bright, silvery white shine, thanks to their outer layers of copper and nickel. The luster reflected light beautifully, especially on uncirculated examples straight from the mint. But as the coins entered circulation, their color and overall look began to shift. Circulated examples often lose their original shine and develop a dull gray tone. Some take on darker patches from contact with other coins or exposure to moisture and dirt. Others show a warm, slightly reddish or brownish tint along the edges, where the copper core begins to reveal itself through wear. The reeded edge, which is meant to prevent shaving or clipping, often highlights this reddish copper band, a feature collectors notice right away when looking at clad coinage. Over time, coins that have seen decades of circulation may develop an uneven, almost two-toned appearance. High points, like Washington's cheek, jawline, and hair, tend to wear smooth and appear lighter, while recessed areas like the background fields and eagle feathers grow darker. This natural patina of use tells the story of a coin that has traveled through countless hands over the past 50 years. For collectors, the challenge is finding coins that have avoided this wear and color change. Mint state examples, especially those graded MS65 or higher, retain their original bright silver color and strong detail. These are far less common than the dull, worn pieces found in circulation today. Design details. On the obverse, Washington's profile is bold and simple, with the inscriptions "Liberty" above, "In God We Trust" to the left, and the date 1974 below. The D mint mark is small but important, showing where the coin was struck. The reverse features the heraldic eagle with wings spread wide, perched on a bundle of arrows with olive branches beneath. The inscriptions "United States of America" and "E Pluribus Unum" appear above, and "Quarter Dollar" below. On well-preserved coins, the eagle's feathers are sharp and full of detail, while on worn examples these features often flatten and blur together. Value and collectability. So, how much is a 1974 D Washington Quarter worth today? In circulated condition, most examples are worth only their face value of 25 cents, simply because so many were minted. However, in higher grades, the story changes. Uncirculated coins with full luster and strong strike quality can fetch a few dollars, while pristine examples graded MS65 or above may sell for $10 to $20 or more depending on demand. Proof-like and error coins are another area where values rise. Occasionally, collectors find 1974 quarters with striking errors, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or coins struck on the wrong planchet. These errors can command much higher prices, sometimes hundreds of dollars, depending on rarity and condition. Closing thoughts. The 1974 D. Washington quarter might not be a rare treasure, but it's a coin that tells an important story about America's coinage in the modern era. From its copper-nickel-clad composition, to its Denver Mint origins, to the way its color and condition transform after decades of circulation, it's a small but fascinating piece of history. For collectors, uncirculated and high-grade examples hold the most value, but even a well-worn coin found in your change is a reminder of how far these little pieces of metal have traveled. So next time you come across a 1974 D quarter, take a moment to look closely. Notice its color, its wear, and the story written in its surfaces. Whether it shines bright like the day it was minted or has darkened with age, it remains a coin worth appreciating. Thank you for joining me on this deep dive into the 1974 D. Washington quarter. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe for more numismatic history, and share in the comments if you've ever found an unusual or high-grade 1974 quarter in your own collection. Until next time, happy collecting!